Hold on. What is this? No, that can't be possible. Why are they doing this? Welcome to History Legends, and in this video we're going to analyze step by step the first battle scene of the movie Fury. But before we start, let's talk about the context of this scene. The movie takes place in April 1945. In late March of the same year, the Allies have crossed the Rhine in order to complete the invasion of Germany and mop up the last remaining strongholds of the German army. So, from what we understand in the scene, Sherman tanks are called to rescue a group of soldiers that were ambushed in the middle of a field. From the get-go, we see burned American vehicles in the field. We see casualties, yet the tanks advance in compact formation right in the middle of the trap. Yet the tanks move in compact formation exactly where the previous ambush took place, and they're not even taking precautions such as covering fire or only sending one tank. I feel that they're moving recklessly towards the open field without believing that they're more German, which is crazy to think because there's a proof that the previous unit got destroyed. And another thing, it's weird that there's only tanks and infantry in this scene. There's no armored vehicles, no machine guns, no mortars. It's really just infantry and tanks, which is weird. They could have put machine guns as covering fire just in case if the Germans are back, for example. But let's move on. Alright. I don't know if it's realistic or not, the fact that the soldiers walk behind the tanks. But they seem very compact, in very compact formation. The uniforms look really nice. The tanks look really nice. We have to give the look, the feel of the movie seems very realistic. Oh! Wow, the tracers look amazing. Well done. Hold on, what is this? No, that can't be possible. Why are they doing this? Oh my god. Alright, why is there a machine gun crew in the middle of a field? They dug their hole in the middle of a field. The forest is right behind them. Why not dug their foxhole, their trench, in the forest, well camouflaged? Now they're just waiting. They can't even escape. If you have a machine gun crew, you fire a few rounds, and worst case scenario, you move, you switch position, and you fire from another angle. But right there, they're trapped. There's no way out. Let's see what happens, but not very optimistic. Hold on. Alright, another thing. Why are the tank commanders buttoned up? They just received machine gun fire. They're the first ones to be exposed, yet all the commanders are outside their tank, joking around. No, no. It's very dangerous. And even with shrapnel blowing up left and right, it's very dangerous. They would be inside the tank. Now, I understand for the movie, for the cinematic experience, they want the tanks all together in one shot. They want the tank commanders out of their tanks because it looks better on camera. but this is not realistic. Oh. Thousand meters. He misses? Oh my god, how can he miss that? What? Oh no. Oh my god, no. So we have 4 Sherman tanks moving towards the target. They're moving and they're firing at the same time, and they have better aim than a fixed position of anti-tank gun. And the other thing we have to talk about, this anti-tank gun is a 7.5 centimeter Pak 40. Its effective range is 1,800 meters. Now we see that they yell 1,000 meters. This should be a direct hit. The other thing is the Pak 40 has a rate of fire of 14 rounds a minute. These shells should be coming out in and out. They should have destroyed the entire platoon of US tanks within a minute. No more tanks. And funny how the German guns only start firing after the machine gun crew is destroyed. Couldn't they fire all at the same time? But again, this is what I think, but let me know in the comments if you notice something else. What? Another one? Oh no! No, that can't be true. Why didn't the second anti-tank gun fire at the same time as the first one? They're literally next to each other. They see the same targets moving, yet they can't coordinate firing. I don't know. This is very unrealistic. And again, the anti-tank gun doesn't fire. Oh my god. How do they know there's no other anti-tank gun? That's what I find weird in this scene, is that the first gun fired, the second one didn't. They took down the first anti-tank gun, now they took out the second anti-tank gun. How do they know that there's not another one hidden somewhere? I don't know, it feels a bit weird. Oh, they just know that there's no anti-tank guns left. What? Look at this. So you're telling me the entire German platoon defending this forest decided to dug their foxholes in front of the forest with no escape possible? No. 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 You put the trenches, the foxholes, either at the border of the forest or, camouflaged. They have no cover at all. Now they're stuck. Why is he stressed? Why is he stressed? There's no enemy threat. Okay, point blank. You can't miss this. Point blank, you can't miss it. Oh my god! Alright, so the Germans did have a Panzerfaust in one of the foxholes. At point blank, the guy did not fire. At this point, it's too obvious. Plot armor level 9,000. the fact that not a single Sherman tank got destroyed in this engagement is crazy. But let's finish. Again, the tank commanders are buttoned up. There's German infantry left and right, probably snipers. Snipers would take the tank commanders down first. Yet, there's not a single threat towards them. And I wonder what the German soldiers are shooting at. Now they're just hiding, of course. Again. What? Again, you see that the American soldiers, they think the battle is over. They just move out of cover when you don't even know. Maybe there's a German machine gun hidden somewhere, maybe other German soldiers. Alright, let's wrap up this video. First of all, I do not believe that in 1945, in April 1945, an American tank crew would have taken the risk to move in open field like that. What we can't forget is that in 1945, everybody knew the war was over. German troops would put some resistance and then surrender. American soldiers would not risk their lives in dangerous operations like that anymore. So what would have happened, in my opinion, in reality? First of all, the tanks would have come up, but hidden in cover. Then you can fire smoke rounds, smoke grenades for the entire field and let the troops back up. Slowly, under the cover of American tanks, you can even call artillery because we know German troops are in the forest. And I find it very weird that as the American tanks come in the field, no one warns them about what just destroyed them. Very weird. The fact that the tanks move into the field and all the soldiers just roll behind the tanks, but don't say, hey, there are 2 anti-tank guns, we just got destroyed. No, surprise, surprise. The problem in this scene is they have the same aim as Star Wars Stormtroopers, which is a typical problem in Hollywood to portray the enemy as incompetent. But in my opinion, it makes the achievement of beating these guys less glorious if in the first place they can't even aim. If you have ever watched the channel called Military History Visualized, this guy is an expert about the German army during World War II. In one of his videos, he talks about the structure of German squads and platoons, and we see that every squad had one machine gun, MG42. Now, we only see one in this scene, but in reality, there would have been at least 3-4 firing from all angles, and with accuracy. The second thing that is missing is German mortars. If an American unit would be pinned down in open ground, German mortars would have destroyed them, and yet the Germans have no artillery support whatsoever except from the 2 anti-tank guns. So we covered machine guns, we covered mortars, there's no German snipers. Germans in 1945 were famous for placing mines everywhere and for deadly sniper fire. Now, we don't see mines anywhere in this scene. The American tanks roll confidently in the middle of a field. Who knows, maybe it's the middle of a minefield. No precautions and no snipers. You could have placed a few snipers here and there, shoot the tank commanders, and the battle is quickly ended. But none of that. And by 1945, the Germans had mastered camouflage. The anti-tank guns were pretty well camouflaged, but how come the units could not follow the same pattern hidden in the forest? In my opinion, the Germans would have created a network of trenches for mutual support. As you see in this scene, all the infantry are stuck in the foxholes and can't help each other. The last thing is the anti-tank weapons. Every German platoon had multiple machine guns, had at least one mortar, snipers, and especially in 1945, anti-tank weapons for the infantry, Panzerschreck or Panzerfaust. Now, we only see one in this scene and he can't even fire at point blank. If the scene would have been remotely accurate, there would have been dozens of Panzerfaust because almost a lot of soldiers had them It was a one-shot anti-tank weapon. You fire at it and that's over. So it was very easily handed out to soldiers. Now, the problem with Fury is it feels realistic. The uniforms are very well done. The equipment is very well done. The entire feel is well done. The tracers, the troops, the weapons, everything seems realistic. But in fact, I do not see how this scene would have happened in real life. I really don't understand how they could have made a scene like that where tanks move forward in open field without precaution. Especially in this scene, we know what happened to the previous unit. Now that I analyzed this scene for you step by step, I want to know what you think about it. So comment below, let me know if you think my analysis is accurate or if you can find other things that I might have missed. You can also comment movies or battle scenes that you want me to cover up next. And don't forget to like and share this video. And you might have seen this book in the background. It's a book that I wrote with 369 veteran stories that I got from my followers on Instagram. These are nowhere to be found, and I believe it was important to keep these stories alive. Its name is The Great Veterans Project. Link will be in the bio.